to today's broadcast. If you're new to me, you might not know who I am. My name is Sherrie Kapala, and I am a Christian life coach for weight loss. And I have a Christian life coaching for weight loss program, and it's called the Seeker's Method. And I'm currently soliciting beta testers. If you are interested, I encourage you to go to my website, sherriekapala.com. Up the very tippy top of the website, you can see that there is a link that says beta testers, and that's where you can go find out all of the information. So we're going to dive right in. This is one of my most requested podcast episodes. People always ask me how I lost my weight. And when I tell them, a lot of people aren't interested in doing the hard work that I did to actually lose the weight. And I didn't do what most people do. I didn't spend hours and days at the gym, and I actually stopped counting all the calories, weighing the grams, the points, all the things. So I like to share with you my truth of what it was that God stepped me through in order for me to actually lose the weight. So what I like to do is go live here and share with you a behind the scenes as I record my podcast. My podcast is called Even in Weight Loss with Sherrie Kapala, and I give you all of the real things that I never had on my weight loss journey that I needed to actually get out of my fat pants, to get unstuck. And today what I'm sharing with you could be the absolute difference maker. So I want to talk to those of you who kind of identify as a night owl. You know who you are. And maybe you're struggling to change something in your life because you're wanting to get up earlier and earlier and finding it increasingly more difficult. I want you to know that this isn't something that's going to happen, that you're going to have success in doing on accident. This is going to require some concerted effort on your area. You don't, or in this area, you don't accidentally wake up becoming. You don't accidentally show up one day just being a morning person. Like, this was something, when I look back on my journey, that I had to do with a lot of concerted effort. So we're going to dive in. I'm going to hit record on my podcast, and you're going to be just, joining me here behind the scenes as I record today's episode. And I teach you how to become an early bird. Because I know so many of you have goals. You have things that you want to do. Hey, Kat, you have things that you want to do. But getting up early is the very thing keeping you from doing what you want to do. And so my desire, my hope is that today what I'm sharing with you, things that I do on autopilot, might actually meet you in your struggle so that you can get out of your own way and step into what it is you're needing to do in this season of your life. All right, so bear with me while I hit record on all the podcast controls. Bear with me. Here we go. Hey you, and welcome to today's podcast. So today on the podcast, I'm going to be sharing with you how it is that you go from being a night owl to an early bird. If you are somebody who has new goals that you're wanting to step into, but your desire and your thought that you have to stay up late is keeping you from getting up early, this episode is for you. I'm going to be giving you so many things that I need you to think through. You very likely, if you're a journaling person or you're a note-taking type of person, you're going to want something to write with, because this is going to be a pseudo math lesson. I'm going to give you a bunch of questions that you need to answer, and you're going to need to have numbers. You're going to need to know some of these numbers. I can't know these numbers, only you know them for you. And me doing the work that I've shared with you, that I'm going to be sharing with you today, is the very thing that I did to kind of reverse engineer myself into becoming a morning person instead of a perpetual self-sabotaging night owl. So I want you to know that becoming a morning person for so many of us requires a serious and concerted effort. You need to have a plan, and you need to be focused on this, because not everybody feels naturally drawn to wake up before the sun rises. I mean, so many of my clients ask me all the time, Sherrie, how do you get up that early? And they balk at me when I tell them I get up at 4:30 in the morning. I mean, I don't always make that. Hello, Carrie Ann. I don't always make that 4:30 a.m. I mean, I have 3 little kids at home, plus I have dogs. And so things happen in the night, right? But that's my goal. And that means I have to reverse engineer my day in order to get in bed, in order to get the right amount of sleep, in order to get up at the time that I want to get up every day. But for those of you desiring to make this change in this area of your life and wanting to step into earlier, it starts with you It starts with you needing to do a bunch of things and knowing the answer to a bunch of the questions that I'm going to ask you. So I want to step you into how to start your life, start your day every day a little bit earlier and earlier. So I have a bunch of tips, and I have some Christian life coaching for weight loss questions that I'll share with you at the end. But I want to share these tips, and the only way I can share a lot of these tips is with you having the right answers. So I'm going to start off the front with a bunch of questions. I'm going to be asking you questions about your life, what you need to do every day, different things that you need to participate in order for your life to just run smoothly. So let's see. Like I said, you're gonna need actually to have something to write with. So the first question I have for you, these are not Christian life coaching questions. These are set your alarm, get your booty in bed on time kind of questions. So the answers will make sense here in a few minutes. So number one, how many hours of night do you need to sleep? Like, what's your sleep number? For me, my sleep number is 7. I need 7 hours of sleep. 8 hours and I'm groggy and cranky. 6 hours and I'm groggy and cranky. Like 7 hours is my sweet spot. You know you. Pay attention to what your sleep number is, and I want you to write down your sleep number. The next question is, how long does it take you to get ready for bed? And this is the bathroom stuff. Brush your teeth, take off your makeup, put on all your oils and creams and potions. How long does that take you, right? For me, believe it or not, to get my PJs, do everything I need to do, it takes me 45 minutes. Why does it take me 45 minutes? Believe me, I don't have any kind of secret skincare regimen. I wish, okay? I don't have that. It's because I have kids. I have to do tuck-in. I have to do prayer with them. Then I have, 45 or I don't know, 50 questions or 2 or 3 incidents of, I'm hungry, I need another drink of water. So it takes me 45 minutes. Like, I've figured that out. It's 45 minutes. The next question is, what could you do at night to make your morning easier? So, for example, what are the things that you could do every night to make tomorrow that much easier? So for me, I've decided at night, if I were to prep my coffee, if I were to prep my water, prep lunches for tomorrow, even prep breakfast at night, it makes morning that much easier. Because what I need to do in the morning, I want to do. And if something happens, me doing coffee and water and breakfast and lunch, that would just make it chaotic and crazy and frustrate me. And I very likely wouldn't be able to have my time with God in the morning. And for a lot of us, that is when we prioritize our time with God. So I want you to think about, what things could I do at night to make my tomorrow easier? And then I want you to think, how long would it take me to do all of those things? So for me, like I just shared with you, it takes me 30 minutes to make my coffee, to make my water, to prep lunches. I mean, I'm making sandwiches for all the people in my family, right? To prep breakfast. And I literally prep breakfast. Like, I get out the cereal, I get out the breakfast quiche, or I don't get it out, but I get out the bowls, I get out whatever I'm going to need, because if I do it at night, it makes my morning that much more amazing and easy to do. So that takes me 30 minutes. So then the next question I want you to answer is, what time do you need to be up by every day? Like, what time do you need to be up? And the second part of that question is, does that wake time give you enough buffer for the incidentals that you need to do and to have time with God? The incidentals could be, the dog coming into the house with muddy paws or whatever. So think about it. If you want, like Carrie Ann is sharing with us, she wants to be up by 5:30. It's her best time to be able to, maybe would getting up at 5:20 help you, so that way if you have a dog or if you have a child or whatever, it just gives you that 10-minute buffer so that some of the non-negotiables are not having to be negotiated. Okay, so the next question is, or the next directive is this. You need to now take all of this information and reverse engineer everything. So I'm going to give you myself as an example, because this is math and this is how I've already done the math and I don't have to figure it out here on the camera and be embarrassed. So I'm just going to tell you the answer to all of my questions. When you reverse engineer everything, here's how it goes. So I need 7 hours of sleep every night. I already told you that. I need to be up by 4:30 every single morning. So that means that every single night I've gone, if I need to get up at 4:30 in the morning, I've counted back 7 hours. That means I need to be asleep by 9:30. That does not mean I need to be in bed by 9:30. That means I need to be asleep. And that means then, if I need to be asleep by 9:30, I need 30 minutes to get my kitchen stuff done. I need 45 minutes to get all the bathroom stuff done and to tuck everybody in. That means I need to be in the kitchen prepping by 8 o'clock. I need to be doing lunches and meal, whatever the things I'm prepping for tomorrow, the coffee, the water. I even prep my Bible study. I need to start that by 8 o'clock. Then by 8:45, I need to be tucking everybody in. I need to be in the bathroom. I then need to have my teeth brushed, my face wash, all of the things, and I need to be in my bed by 9:10, 9:15 at the latest. That positions me to be asleep by 9:30 because then I'm likely to, I'll knock out like as soon as I'm in there. I'm likely at that point, having done all of these things, having reverse engineered everything, single thing I just shared with you. If I do that, I get my 7 hours. I get up with ease at 4:30 in the morning. And it's crazy. I've not always been this way. I was the woman who stayed up every night, drinking the alcohol, watching Downton Abbey when I didn't need to, needing to do, you get what I'm saying. So I used to be a night owl, and through doing everything I've just shared with you, I've been able to set myself up to become an early bird. Now, so there you are, you have everything, and you know your sleep number, you know your wake time, your bedtime, your prep time, all of those things. Now I have some encouraging tips for you that I have just learned along the way. I encourage all of my clients to approach this new bedtime, this new process slowly. Don't set yourself up for success by saying, all right, I'm going to start all the things at 8 o'clock. I'm going to be in bed by 8:45. I'm going to be in bed or in the bedroom by 8:45, in bed by 8:10, asleep by. It's going to be hard, especially if you're somebody who's used to staying up until 1 a.m. Maybe progressively start pushing your bedtime back in 30-minute increments. Give yourself a full week, maybe 2 weeks. Only you know you. Pay attention to what's going to work best for you. Slowly ease yourself into getting closer and closer to this bedtime, and then you will get stronger and stronger and more able to start waking up according to the time that you actually wake up. So ease yourself into this routine. Here is another tip I want to share with you. Do not stray from your bedtime that much, even on the weekends, because the recoup time puts you into Monday, Tuesday. Before you know it, you're dealing with Friday night, staying up late again. Like it just takes too much than what it gives, right? So pay attention to this. It's a natural rhythm, because very likely if you need to be more productive on the weekdays, you very likely need to be just as productive on the weekends. So like I shared with you, I now have some Christian life coaching for weight loss questions. Believe it or not, this actually helped me lose my weight. How did it help me lose my weight? Because it positioned me to be able to put God first in my life, to prioritize my mornings with the Lord. And that's where I became stronger, where in my flesh I had previously been weak. So I'm going to give you all of these free Christian life coaching for weight loss questions, because here's what I know is going to happen next. Obedience to this plan that you put into place, even if you slowly step into it, is going to be hard. Change is hard. And that's because we are so well practiced at doing a certain thing a certain way. And I firmly believe that if you're used to staying up late every single night, then getting up early is going to be hard. And that means that you're well practiced at staying up late, and you get really good at whatever you practice. So you need to slowly start practicing going to bed earlier and earlier. I encourage you to do it a little bit slower. All right, so let me see, where am I? I'm also going to give you the warning. You're going to feel like quitting when this gets hard. You're going to want to throw in the towel. And that's just a weakness of your flesh, where we are creatures of habit, if you will. You're likely going to have a ton of condemning thoughts. And you're likely, if you're a perfectionist, going to want to just rip the Band-Aid and start this tonight. My encouragement for you is to know that very likely could be a weapon formed against you. That is the bait of Satan, you wanting to do things perfectly instead of God necessarily wanting to help you ease into this. All right, so I want to help you to switch from being a night owl to an early bird. I want to help you by learning through the change maker. The change maker in my life has been the Holy Spirit. I want to help you to yield to the Holy Spirit, even in this particular area, through leading, through listening and yielding to the Holy Spirit's leading. He's going to guide you. He's going to help you. Pray and ask the Holy Spirit to help you. Please, pray before you go to bed. Help me to fall asleep on time. Help me to stay asleep and to have the best night's sleep. Minister to me in my sleep, God. Even praying for you to wake up with maybe just one snooze in the morning or no snoozes in the morning. Whatever it is, seek God. Ask the Holy Spirit to help you do whatever it is that you need to do in order to do earlier mornings, to start getting up earlier in the morning. Because here's the other thing, you staying up late and then maybe not having the ability to get up early and have your time with God, very likely could be how the enemy is using you as a weapon formed against yourself. I mean, think about it. And I know this was true for me. Are you very likely, if you have a demanding career and a family and all of the things, are you very likely to get up at 5:30 or 5 a.m. to spend time with God before you get in the shower and do all of those things if you went to bed at 1 a.m.? Probably not. I mean, unless your sleep number is 4 hours, you're probably not getting the appropriate amount of rest. And so I would encourage you to do that. Carrie Ann, that's absolutely right. I love that. Carrie Ann is in one of my coaching groups, and she's currently fasting from what she knows is keeping her from actually being able to get the right amount of sleep. Carrie Ann, I'm so proud of you. All right, let's dive in. I have 10 or 11. It's math. Christian life coaching for weight loss questions for you. Christian life coaching for weight loss questions for you. These things will serve you even in weight loss. I never knew how much my sleep affected me because of how much it balances my hormones, but also how much the enemy was using my sleep against me. My deprivation was ruining my mood. It was taking me from my family, and it was ruining my ability to be effective and productive. I don't want that for you. I don't want you to be somebody who lives life as a victim of circumstance to your excuses. Instead, I want you to be somebody who sees that you have a reason to get up early every day, and it has a cascading effect, and therefore you put together this plan and you step into it, and you don't do it on your own. You do it through yoking with Jesus. You ask him to come alongside you and help you where you're weak, because when you are weak, then you are strong. His strength is made powerful in your weakness. Trust that. There is no area exempt. All right. So now we're going to dive into the Christian life coaching for weight loss questions. All right. So number 1 is this: what things will keep me from wanting to go to bed earlier? You know this. Answer those questions. What things will keep me from wanting to go to bed earlier? And then the next question is, the things that keep me up late, are they a want to do or are they a need to do? Okay, because that's actually where we step into allowing different things to derail us. I want to stay up and watch Downton Abbey, but it's taking from me. So I know now that I maybe need to binge watch Downton on Friday nights, whatever it is, but I need to actually get to bed. So the things that keep me up late, are they a want to do or a need to do? The next question is, what do I miss out on by not getting up earlier every day? What are you missing out on? And is it worth it? Is the exchange worth it? And this next question will help you answer that. In what way are these things that I'm staying up later for, are they more or less important than what I want to wake up for? For me, I wanted to lose weight. I wanted to spend time with God. And I knew that spending time with God every single morning was far more important than spending time binging Netflix. I thought it was my numb out time, but the reality was the only way I could get rest was by sleeping. And that equipped me and prepared me, and the cycle began and the weight loss started to happen. The next question I have is, in what ways could getting up earlier change my life? That's power for somebody. I'm sorry, but you answer that honestly. In what ways could getting up earlier change my life? The next question, and we're almost done here. In what ways could my desire to stay up late just be a lust of my flesh? That one hurts, right? Next question. How could I start this? How could I start these changes slowly? Like I said earlier, ease into this. Make this transition happen slowly. You do that slowly and you're going to set yourself up for success. So how could I start making these changes slowly? The next question is, what will I do when it's hard and I don't feel like doing what I know I should do? Like, what's your plan going to be when you don't feel like it? Like I tell all of the women inside of the Seekers Method, you don't have to feel like it, you faith like it. Your feelings are not invited to your weight loss. Your feelings are not invited to your obedience to your schedule. All right, the next question is, in what specific ways could God help me to do these new hard things? Like, in what ways could he help you? Because is there anything he can't help you do? There's not. So go to him. Think about it. In what ways could he help me? What excuses are you trusting more than trusting God in this area of your life? All right, I'm getting a little too excited. Next question is, what obstacles do I need to anticipate and plan around? This I shared with you. I started realizing what my sleep number was. At the beginning I told you figure out your sleep number and what time you want to wake up and all of that. I started realizing I wasn't able to wake up on time because I wasn't going to sleep on time. And the reason I wasn't going to sleep was because I had obstacles. Those obstacles are 3 little Kapalas who live in my house who at varying points in the evening after they've been tucked in will come and wake me up. So that's an obstacle. So I want you to think about that. What obstacles do I need to anticipate and plan around? My last question for you before I let you go today is, when will I start this? Only you know that. I hope this helps you and meets you where you are. Okay, great. There it is. All right. Thank you for joining me live on the broadcast. For those of you who are watching on the replay, I just appreciate you. Let me know that you've actually watched me or if this has been helpful to you. I tend to do a host of different podcast topics based upon what my clients in my coaching groups are asking me about. I do have a special announcement for you. For those of you who stayed until the end, I want to let you know that I am conducting a new beta test. Some of you may not know this, but as a Christian life coach for weight loss, I do have a weight loss program, and that weight loss program is called the Seekers Method, and I just opened the doors to let in 25 women to be beta testers with me with a new version of the Seekers Method. If you're interested, go to my website, sherriekapala.com. If you are rocking your weight loss journey and you just want more support and encouragement and you want to be able to bring it all together and, bring God more close to and on your journey and all of these things, if you want to know how to do that, I encourage you for free, go check out my website. It's called, no, not my website, my podcast, Even in Weight Loss with Sherrie Kapala. I give you so much real information. God told me I couldn't find the weight loss program that I needed to lose the weight because I hadn't written it. So I have stepped into the role of becoming the Christian life coach for weight loss coach that I couldn't find. So if you're looking for more encouragement in this regard, I encourage you go and subscribe to my podcast. Terry, I didn't see you're on here. Beautiful. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining live. Have an awesome day. Hey, if this works for you, send me an email. You can email me at any time through my website. My email is sherrie@sherriekapala.com. All right, I'm saying goodbye to this camera over here first. Bye, everybody. Thanks for joining live.